I've seen Maven a few times at Ellenwyn's
I find Neil
parties.
to be a little intense.
I know she's trying to gain favors with the
because I know
Thalmor,
she
but
probably wouldn't
little
like
does she know that...
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble? Don't say something you'll regret. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs. The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. Only way you could have found one of those is by stealing it. Guess you'll fit in around here better than I thought. So what do you want to know? Well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation. She's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild, so basically, no one can touch her. Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says. You kidding? My brother Dirge works in their hideout. I used to run with them myself, but took a job with Maven after they started hitting a rough patch. If you want to get in on that action, find Brynjolf in the marketplace. I'm sure he could use someone like you. Be seeing you around.
Riften, home of the Thieves Guild.
Heard they're reforming the Dawnguard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem.
Please help me. I really need your help. I don't want to lose my job at the fishery. What am I going to do? My job at the Riften fishery is in danger. The owner, Bolly, said that if I show up for work in this condition one more time, then I'm out. I don't mean to do this to myself, but I can't help it. I tried some skooma a year ago, and ever since then, I can't stop. If you could give me a healing potion, I could cleanse this poison from my body and get back to my life. Your kindness will never be forgotten. Here, take this. It's all I can offer you for what you've given me.
You there. The Dawnguard is looking for anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire menace. What do you say? We're vampire hunters. We search out and destroy those blood-sucking scum wherever we find them. You're not paying attention then, like almost everyone else around here. Haven't you heard that the Hall of the Vigilance was destroyed by vampires? They never took the threat seriously, and now they paid the price. The Vigilance mostly hunt down Daedra worshippers, which is why they got torn to pieces when they went up against vampires. That's why our leader, Isran, is re-establishing the Dawnguard, real, serious vampire hunters. Ha! Isran's going to like you. Go talk to him at Fort Dawnguard, southeast of Riften. He'll decide if you're Dawnguard material.
You lost?
Huh? What do you want? I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do. I was able to work out a deal with the stables in Whiterun to sell me some of their tack and harnesses. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but it got robbed before it even arrived. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me. You will? Oh, thank you. Be careful with Sapphire. Whoa, easy. All sorts of nasty people.
Yeah? What's your problem? I knew that stupid kid would try and find a way to weasel out of his debt. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, he promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke. End of story. I don't care. A deal's a deal. All right. Take it easy. No idea why you'd care about a stranger so much, but this isn't worth a fight. Tell Shadra I'm forgetting about his debt. That'll teach me to try and make extra coin around this city.
Riften jail. Not the best place to be. At least I can enjoy the smell.
Hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Official business only. Oh, my mistake then. Sorry, you can go on ahead.
This town makes our old Roman war camps feel like the Imperial City in terms of corruption.
Come to kill me at last, have you? Thank the gods. I can bear the guilt no longer. I know I must die. Beware, though. My newfound honor demands I defend myself. I am in no mood for jokes. Strike me down. Take your revenge. You don't remember? That is my fault also. I am your so-called friend Inigo. I was the one who killed you. I tried anyway. I am guilty. Kill me. After I shot you, I finally realized my mistake and tried to turn myself in. Your body was gone. The guards did not believe me. They said I was wasting their time. I had to pay them to put me in this cell. It is where I belong. I needed to repent. I need to repent. I heard tales of a remarkable adventurer, both brave and resourceful, matching your description. I knew it was you. It had to be. I knew you would be coming for me, so I waited. Are you going to kill me, or not? I see that I must relive it again. Your memory is not what it was. We met on a job. The killing kind. We were hired by a lord called Dupin to kill his brothers. With them gone, Dupin would inherit a great fortune and promised us much gold in return. Do you remember none of this? Before we left, Dupin told me that if only one of us returned from our mission, that one would get the other's reward also. I was hooked on skooma at the time, and I had a bit of a debt problem. So I tried. That is what matters. It was not an easy choice. We only knew each other for a short time, but I had grown to like and respect you. We got on well and fought bravely side by side. I threw all that away for gold and skooma. No, Dupin was murdered by his sister before I made it back to his keep. Our deal died with him. Money is an evil like no other, my friend. It is only just that I die at your hand. No, I am done with this stuff. I want to die with my senses intact. Kill me now. I am ready. I fight with you? Or die defending you? Yes, I accept. I feel lighter in my heart now you have given me this opportunity. It will be like old times. Do not joke about such things, my friend. The sadness I feel for what I have done is brutal enough. For now. you want to talk? What are we trading? All set?
Hey there. I want to
Hello
introduce
there.
myself to you.
I'm Ori.
My name is Lucifer.
I am pleased to meet you. My name is Inigo.
Nice to meet you, too. I guess we are both going to be watching our friends back from now on, huh?
Yes, we are. I am pleased to meet you. My name is Inigo.
Inigo? What a nice name.
Thank you.
No problem, Inigo.
Hello there.
I am pleased to meet you. My name is Inigo.
Ah, glad to meet you, Inigo. The name's Kaiden. I suppose we'll be traveling together.
Yes, fun. We will have many good times, you and I. Squashing spiders, exploring dungeons, romancing the locals. You name it.
And that's your idea of a good time?
Yes.
All right.
My friend, Skyrim is a big and often confusing place. We are bound to lose each other from time to time. Never fear. That map you have is special. Let me show you. My brother once found one just like it on the remains of some poor old adventurer in Cyrodiil. It does not only mark locations, it can also show the position of items and people too. Watch this. Where are you, Inigo? There! See? I have placed myself on your map. If we find ourselves separated, all you need to do is look me up. Pretty fantastic, eh? No problem. I am always happy to help. You have my full attention. My brother and I never knew our real parents. We were found abandoned in a smelly shack by a soldier on his way to battle. We melted his heart with our fuzzy little faces, and he carried us to the nearest town. He deposited us at an orphanage, and that is where we spent most of our childhood. My brother and I were adopted by a couple of retired assassins. I guess the orphanage did not do a family background check. Mine was perhaps a little more unconventional than most, but I suppose all childhoods are interesting to some degree. My parents provided me with love and encouragement. Apart from the nightly training sessions, we were a normal family. All set?
So, Inigo,
Yes?
tell me more about yourself.
I am a recovering skooma addict.
Aye, I've had a few problems with the skooma myself in the past.
Do you want to talk about it?
Not right now.
I understand, my friend.
Is someone there?
Time for a fight this quick. You want
Greetings, Breton. Perhaps you are just the sort who could help me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Celsas, lawman of House Telvanni. I am currently on my way to Rivenspire in High Rock to meet with a superior of mine, Helseth Wren. I left Port Telvannis a few weeks ago now, and it has been a long journey, and it will be longer still. You see, I am not so familiar with Skyrim. I've hardly ever left Morrowind, save for the occasional trip back to Blackmarsh. I was wondering if perhaps you'd be willing to escort me to High Rock. I understand the only way there by land from here is through Hammerfell. You don't need to escort me the whole way. The Hammerfell gate would be more than sufficient, respecting your time. Fantastic. Here, I brought this from Morrowind. See, it has a prepay for services rendered. Talvani Bug Musk. It is a perfume of sorts, made using the scent glands of beetles. It does wonders in terms of getting people to like you. You're welcome. Let's be off then. Wealth beyond measure. Yes, Manma. Yes, I suppose I could. I have a few that may be entertaining. I could tell you the story of the first time I impressed Master Sul. When I was a young hireling, I would occasionally pilfer a few plants from the Tower Conservatory. It would be common things like coda flowers or trauma root. I'd mix a few of these stolen plants together to make some potions that would allow me to levitate, but also be invisible. I used the potions to float up to the top of Relevant Sul's tower, in order to get a nice view of Lothanis. Sul had specifically told me that I was not allowed to climb the tower. One time it seemed that one of my ingredients had gone off, as the invisibility effect wore off quickly. Sul caught me sitting on top of the tower one evening. Rather than scold me, he seemed to be impressed. At that point we had hardly spoken. He only knew I was Oren's assistant. He challenged me to make a potent enough levitation potion that could take him to Ranyon Rune and back. I returned to the Tower Conservatory, this time able to use whatever plants and ingredients I wanted. After a few hours of tasting and experimenting with a variety of ingredients, I returned to Sul. He handed one of his servants a large sack of gold and told him to drink the potion. Sul asked him to go to Ranyon Rune, purchase 3 portions of ebony, and return. After a while, the servant returned, 3 portions of ebony in hand. When the servant had almost reached the tower, the potion wore off. He plummeted towards the ground, thankfully landing in the bay. I did not pass Sul's challenge, but I had far surpassed his expectations. He knew that the ebony had not been part of my calculations. From then on, he would always stop by the apothecary to see me when he could, sometimes giving me some new ingredients to work with. That incident was the catalyst for my journey up through the ranks of House Talvani. Sure, I've got a moment. Well, I already told you where I was headed. I suppose what you're asking is, why not just take a boat to Rivenspire? It has been quite the trek from Port Tavanis to here, I will admit. I wanted to actually see Tamriel. I haven't traveled much in the past. Blackmarsh and Morrowind, sure, but not past the Velothes. I also thought I could do some field study along the way. Maybe get a hold of some rare ingredients. Thought perhaps I'd make some important connections that could aid me in the future. I don't regret it. It has been a really rewarding experience. I was recognized at a young age for my skill in alchemy. A Talvani alchemist, one Vela Oren, needed an assistant as she had too much work to do on her own. Striking an agreement with my father, I was made a hireling at almost the same age as I could walk and talk. I wasn't a slave, mind you. However, with the wages I got, I might as well have been. Over time, I was granted more and more freedom to experiment. With experimentation came success, and with success came advancement. It is the meritocratic aspect of House Talvani that I adore. There are aspects I do not enjoy, and I have no problem voicing those oppositions. I owe House Talvani a great deal. They gave a Deek Salil like me a chance. I do not know where I would be without them. I prefer to fight with one-handed weapons for the most part. I have no love for heavy armor, and thus stick to light armor. I'd consider myself a relatively proficient spellcaster. I know a handful of spells for each of the main schools of magic. I also have experience with stealth missions, so you shouldn't have to worry on that front either. course. I come from a relatively normal family in Thorn, back in Blackmarsh. They aren't especially well off, but they hold admiral positions back home. I have a mother, a father, as well as a younger sister. My father's name is Sutsokai. He serves in the priesthood under my tribe's treeminder. His role is as a root herald. A tribe's root herald serves the role of a diplomat, ambassador, scout, and spy of sorts. Their work involves gathering information and fostering relations. This could be things like trade agreements, but also hosting and befriending foreigners or other tribes. They gather any sort of information that may be useful to the tribe. A root herald must be charismatic, calculating. They must always keep in mind the tribe's interests. Their position has a lot of work and responsibilities attached to it. There are many roles to fill, and one must tread lightly. He is very devout and loyal to our tribe and history. My father was the one who spoke with Vela Oren, and together with her, arranged for me to become a hireling of House Telvanni. Her name is Shana Jay. She is one of the egg tenders of my tribe. An egg tender's job is extensive. My mother keeps track of whose eggs belong to whom, which ones are healthy, which ones are sick, what birth sign a hatchling is born under, and the like. She sings nursery rhymes to them, and protects them from parasites and harm. Their work involves meticulous record-keeping, as well as extensive care and nurture. There are, of course, dangers associated with being an egg tender. The eggs are very vulnerable, even in hatching pools beneath the history. Predators often attempt to take the eggs, which means my mother will have to fight to protect them. It's a good thing, then, that she is such an excellent fighter. She's taught me much of what I know. Her name is Dika Wo. She hatched shortly before I left to join House Telvanni in Lothanis. She is quite reserved. She doesn't speak much. Rather, she prefers to communicate through the hist bond we share. She's excellent at it. Most Argonians communicating with their tribe or history through the mind are usually only able to express their emotions. My sister is able to express herself in a much more complex manner, and is also excellent at understanding your own expressions. It is like carrying a regular conversation, however any ambiguity or uncertainty is non-existent. You understand completely what the other person means. She will likely become a sap speaker. A sap speaker is an Argonian capable of communicating directly with the hist. They spend most of their days meditating beneath the hist tree, drinking the sap and eating their otherwise forbidden fruit. They are then able to enlighten their tribe with the knowledge and will of their history. They serve an incredibly important role within the tribe and priesthood. She isn't a sap speaker yet, and she may never be, but I feel certain she will be one. We communicate with each other every day, and our bond is very strong.
Right.
Planning on joining the Dawnguard.
My name's Lucifer.
This doesn't feel quite right to me.
Greetings, Lucifer. I am Sam.
I'm Lucian.
Get robbed?
Hey there, Lucian. My name is Inigo. Very pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too,
correct.
Inigo.
I'm sure we'll get
going to
along
be
famously,
great
Biko.
Yes, I am
You'd
sure
be
we
correct,
You
Saravar.
don't sound very convinced.
For whom do I owe the pleasure?
will. You seem a little,
What is it?
Well educated? Well dressed? Well
Those
feed?
Dunma witches have you
Weak.
very well trained.
I mean no offense, but I am sure you will be
You
fine.
can drop the pleasantries.
Fine? You're
Call
sure
me
I'll be fine?
Nebra.
Gosh, thanks for the vote.
A cover name,
Forget I said
I doubt your parents would have named you unwelcome unless you were a
It's
great
Lucian.
disappointment.
Lucian, yes.
Disappointment, you say?
What did I say?
Julia.
Painfully ironic
apologies.
claim to make from an
Apology
Argonian
accepted.
serving under his captors.
Right then, Indigo.
Now, there you'd be mistaken.
It
I
is
am no
Inigo.
slave. The name is Celsas, lawman of House Telvanni. as you gathered.
I do not know about your skill with a
You're
blade,
no
but your intellect is
slave.
clearly sharper than
As
most.
I'm sure they readily
Glad to have you with us,
remind and assure you very
Lucian!
Lucian, yes, Lucian. I am sorry.
You're doing it on purpose now.
Oh, hey there. You here to join the Dawnguard too? Truth is, I'm a little nervous. I've never done anything like this before. I hope you don't mind if I walk up with you? Hey, don't tell Isran I was afraid to meet him by myself. Not the best first impression for a new vampire hunter, I guess. You've probably killed lots of vampires, huh? I'm sure Isran will sign you right up. Sure.
Look at this place. How long has this been here? Must have sat unoccupied for centuries. The fact that it stood the test of time. This is a real fortress. I may have been wrong, boy. Good chance the inside is a dump, though.
Go on inside. Isran will want to talk to you. Here to join the Dawnguard? Good. Isran will sack.
I told you it would be a dump.
Why are you here, Tolan? The Vigilance and I were finished with each other a long time ago.
You know why I'm here. Vigilants are under attack everywhere. The vampires are much more dangerous than we believed.
And now you want to come running to see me?
Something about this
I remember Keeper Carset telling me repeatedly.
Never mind.
It's a crumbling
Got something
ruin,
to say,
not
Deacon
worth the expense and manpower.
Right? Tusk is
And now that you've stirred up the vampires against you, sneak on back for my protection.
I suppose it is safe to assume you aren't a Black Marsh native then.
Set is dead.
Well then, young lizard, I am Seltzas, lawman of House Talvani.
Who knows what those old vampire hunters left behind? My name is Cash.
Isn't that enough for you?
Cash. I do believe I have heard that name before. Argonian at any rate.
No, it is not Argonian. It is Orcish.
Ah, that's where I know it
So
from.
who are you?
From Master Soul's
What do
tower
you
guards, I recall. Yatur Grokash. I remember him from when I was little. A real softy, that one. Lovely people, orcs, once you get to know them. So misunderstood.
You heard right. I'm glad word's finally starting to get around. But that means it won't be long before the vampires start to take notice as well. I need someone out in the field taking the fight to the damn vampires, while we're getting the fort back into shape. Tolan was telling me about some cave the Vigilants were poking around in. Seemed to think it was related to these recent vampire attacks. Tolan, tell her about, what was it? Dim Hollow.
Yes, that's it. Dim Hollow Crypt. Brother Adelwald was sure it held some long-lost vampire artifact of some kind. We didn't listen to him any more than we did Isran. He was at the hall when it was attacked.
That's good enough for me. Go see what the vampires were looking for in this Dim Hollow Crypt. With any luck, they'll still be there. Here, you should take a crossbow. Good for taking out those fiends before they get close. Feel free to poke around the fort and take what you need. There isn't much yet, but you're welcome to anything you can use.
I'll meet you at Dim Hollow. It's the least I can do to avenge my fallen comrades.
Tolan, I don't think that's a good idea.
Those bloodsuckers must
You
be
Vigilants were never trained.
I know
It's
what you
openly
think of
attack
us.
vigilance
You think
like
we're
that.
soft, that we're
You
cowards.
always have to respect
You
them.
think our deaths proved our weakness? Stendar granted you do not have to face the same test and be found wanting. I'm going to Dim Hollow Crypt. Perhaps I can be of some small assistance to you.
You there, boy. Stop skulking in the shadows and step up here. What's your name?
My name is Agmir, sir.
Do I look like a sir to you, boy? I'm not a soldier, and you're not joining the army.
Yes, sir. Isran.
Didn't I tell you to step forward? Farm boy, huh? What's your weapon?
My weapon? I mostly just use my paw's axe. When wolves are attacking the goats or something.
My paw's axe. Stand up,
Sounds
Don't
pretty
worry.
cool.
I think
Vampire hunters. Cash, the vampire hunter. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Pleased with your constant
Any luck with
inebriation.
Sapphire?
Put down your flagons filled with your vile liquids.
By
and
the
embrace the
8.
teachings of the
You
hand
actually talked her into it? I don't know what to say. I didn't think anyone in Riften even cared what happened to me. Look, I was saving this, but I wanted you to have it. I thought I might need it if Sapphire came for me, but I don't need it anymore.
We've all heard of the dragons and their return.
Until next time.
Inigo, what's with the bug in the jar?
In the jar? Oh, that is Mr. Dragonfly. He is a big fan of yours.
Okay. I didn't realize I had a fan. Well, tell Mr. Dragonfly I say thank you.
Of course. Did you hear that, Mr. Dragonfly? He says thank you for...
Lone travelers can find these woods a little treacherous. Come on now. My carriage is the safest way to travel.
Too lazy to walk, eh? Well, you found the right place. Got horses that need shoeing, so make it quick. I'm not afraid of anything out here. Walls are just a weakling's hiding spot. Not me. I'm no weakling. In fact, I bet I got the strongest arms in all of Skyrim.
The first step to getting help is admitting that you have a problem.
Oh, sounds like I've got a challenger. Tell you what, how about a friendly wager, just between us? I bet you my entire purse of septums I can beat you in a fistfight. You match the bet, and we fight until one of us gives in. Alright, remember, this is a clean fight. No weapons, no tricks. And none of those fancy magic spells either. Here we go. Come on, let's see what you're made of. This what you want, huh?
Why don't you put up a on the big one.
I'm gonna crush you like a bug. Yeah.
Keep those hands
Gods, no! I've had enough of you! That's it? That's all you got? You're making me angry. I don't believe it.
Need a ride? I can take you to any of the hold capitals.
Have you had any trouble from the local population since you arrived here? Racism,
See ya.
I mean.
Sometimes. Usually I just ignore it. But occasionally it can be amusing to turn it back around on them.
It is true. When I taunt them, they often lose focus. I also find insulting bullying idiots very satisfying.
Oh, yes. Sometimes I like to scare them. Flash my teeth a little, you know?
Yes, I agree.
My carriage is the safest way to travel. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Oh, steady.
Shit. Do we have to go this way? I don't care much for this place. It's not very hospitable. Ugh. Don't be mentioning Hawker to me right now. You're gonna make me stomach go off. Nothing. Forget it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right?
It's a curse. It has to be. I've got to get out of this town. Irgnir, get a hold of yourself. They're just dreams. Please tell her Eranda.
You're wearing an amulet of Mara. I had no idea you were looking for marriage.
I assure you that it is quite normal.
It's the same dream over and over again. You think that's
The amulet you're wearing. You do know people in Skyrim wear those to show they're in the market for a husband or a wife, right?
But they must be an omen.
Give him a chance to speak. He's trying to help us.
Everyone, please. I'm doing what I can to
Well, maybe we should find you a new talisman. If you're not looking for potential lovers to steal you away.
and put your trust in Lady Mara.
I will. Thank you.
That hair coming out of your helmet sight.
Let me know if you want.
Oh, it can be a lonely life. But don't go throwing your cap over the windmill for just anyone.
Impact your sight.
People
You might
round
consider
these
cutting your
parts,
hair.
they'll marry for any old reason. You deserve much more than that.
Indeed. Nice and airy. I imagine the air in that helmet of yours is quite stagnant.
Stagnant and void of nary a single stray arrow. Just
Not bloody time.
as I like it.
The Wind Peak Inn features the finest bard in all of Dawnstar. Me.
Aye, not too bad. How are you feeling? Aye. Guess I owe you that. Right, here it goes. Those sons of bitches shackled me to a wall. They left me there for I don't know how long. They would only release me to ask me about my sword, and every time I told them I didn't know, they would whip me until I almost lost consciousness. Or they would cut me so deep into my skin, punch me on my sides, and shackle me back up. There were many times that I thought that would be the end of me, that I would never find out the truth about my family and my sword. And then you came along, and the first time I saw you, I thought you were one of them arseholes. Another Thalma. Thank the gods you weren't! You gave me my life back! Thank you. Thank you for saving me. Aye, not too bad. How are you feeling? Aye? Something worrying you? I'm your friend. Tell me, who or what I must slay, what I must steal. Tell me the puzzles I must solve, or the long journeys we must take, and I will do it all. No matter the danger, no matter the hardship, and no matter the cost.
I don't know why you're bringing a child along with us, but I hope you intend to keep her out of harm's way. Ah, yes, a natural question to ask. Firstly, I should perhaps ask you something. How do you feel about alcohol? I lean that way too. It's the flavor of the actual alcohol itself that bothers me. I personally find that the flavor of alcohol ruins the otherwise perfectly fine drink it is in. And so I thought to myself, is there a way to negate that flavor? The answer, of course, was alchemy, which had both simple and complex solutions. One could simply boil off the alcohol. The boiling point of alcohol is usually lower than the drink it is contained in. You would simply leave it boiling for a while. Of course, this inevitably alters the consistency and flavor of the base drink. It does get rid of the alcohol, though. I found two complex methods of completely removing the taste and effects of the alcohol from the drink, while keeping everything else intact. I figure, though, many do want to get inebriated while drinking, including myself on occasion. I won't reveal what I did, but I can tell you that it significantly improved the flavor of any drink, all without removing the actual alcohol. Well, thank you. It wasn't the most difficult thing in the world. Anyways, back to your original question. How am I with drinks? I am able to mix drinks with unrivaled flavor, truly taking advantage of the incredible flavors created through fermentation, all without the taint of alcohol. It will still get you drunk, though, so don't have too much of it at once. I'd be happy to mix your drink whenever we stop by an inn.
Let's be off.
Lucifer, Biko. Jelwo.
What?
Oh, Jelwo.
What are you saying? I don't understand. Although...
You aren't a Lukiel, are you, Lucifer?
Hang on. Are you speaking in Gel?
Zoo, yes. Do you not speak Gel, Lucifer?
Need something? I'm not singing Ragnar the Red all night again for you, no matter how much you pay me.
I know what you're saying.
Shit.
I can't exactly pronounce Gel properly. I blame my parents for that. The ones who adopted me.
So you weren't born in Blackmarsh, then?
I don't know. That's what I want to find out.
What do you
I need
need?
to know what happened to my actual parents.
I see. Well, good luck, Biko.
I can't seem to sleep in this town. Those demons plague my dreams here more than anywhere else. Aye. It's nothing to be proud of. But considering they were my mistakes to make, perhaps I shouldn't deny them. I didn't handle things well after Brynjar's death, and I inherited some of his worst habits. The drink, the moon sugar, one day blurring into another. I fell in with what I thought was a band of outlaws. People like me. People who seemed to be born on the path of destruction and death. They called themselves the Blooded Dawn, followers of a Daedric prince. I foolishly wanted to taste that power, and I learned the price. How I got free is a long and painful tale, one I shouldn't burden you with. Now that I am free, I try to keep my eyes and mind on more earthly matters. One of the reasons I'm in Skyrim, digging up my past. I've learned that if you feel you have no place in the world, you must make one. I'm not. Because it set me on the path that met with yours. How could I be sorry for myself when I'm so grateful for that? Well, it's been a long time since I've met somebody I can trust this much. What did you want to know?
What is it? You okay? That means a lot coming from you. Kaiden, I was wondering, maybe if...
Aye?
Hi there.
Something worrying you?
Well, it is just you have such long hair, and I think would look really nice in a braid. And can I braid your hair?
Aye, as you wish.
Really? Yes. So, what kind of braids do you want? Something tied or loose, white river braids, war braids, Cyrodiil braids?
I'll trust your judgment.
Oh, okay. Yes, I am so excited. But we should wait till the next break, right? Right.
Hey there. I can only answer your question if I know the answer. Why do you care so much? Do you have anything else you want to ask? Not now. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? I don't have any skill with magic, but I might learn it one day. Do you have anything else you want to ask? Was there anything else you wanted to ask? If we had more Argonians like myself and Zelzas, I'm sure people would like Argonians more. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? I'm not too sure, to be honest. Like I said, I don't remember much about my parents. All I know is that I was called Lucifer. Well, that's what Grellick called me. I liked the name, so I kept it. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? My parents... They weren't Argonian. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? I think I'm either Is there anything else you wanted to ask? I'm not too sure about my... Do you have anything else you want to ask? So, this war paint... I don't think it's war paint. I think I was born with it. I've had it all my life. I can't get it off. Not sure if it's a curse or something. But still, it doesn't bother me. Do you have anything else you want to ask? Okay then.
I was wondering, can you whistle? Well, it could be a good way for us to quickly communicate. Look, I found this book. It made interesting reading. Maybe you should give it a look over. Anyway, what did you want to talk about? Sure. Okay, come and get me when it is time to go.
The other day I came upon this Nord love story. I think it was called Fury and Holger? It reminded me of one of our own legends, the Sylvanar and the Green Lady. Well, it's not actually a legend in the traditional sense of the word, seeing that it's true. The Sylvanar is a kind of ambassador. He represents the Bosmer people to the outside world, and is known for his diplomacy and talent with words. The Green Lady is his mate, and she represents the wild side of my people, the forest and the sharp teeth. She's untamed and cannot be controlled. There has always been, and must always be, a Sylvanar and a Green Lady in Valenwood. They are bound together by fate, and if one dies, the other will soon follow. Ifre's blessings.
See the mammoth? Watch out for the ones with the carvings on their tusks. That's how the giants mark their herds.
Wait and see this play out.
Customer. That is not normal with the glowing tendrils of light and the sucking noise. Do you feel okay? I hope the Greybeards are welcoming. They sound like they could be a stern bunch. No, my mind is as empty as a beggar's purse. I feel tough just like this.
It's been a long time since I've had someone I knew I could trust. Longer still since I could call them friend. I'm glad I can fight alongside you. Alright, here you go.
That is a new one. Smells still blood. There's vampires here. Something else too. King.
I thought Merlin from Skyrim could not get any creepy.
Come in here alone. Quietly like all the rest of them.
You fought well. Jet on. That's all.
Ha! Those two deserve the rot. Arrogance has become insufferable.
All this talk is making me thirsty.
Now, when was the last time I fiddled with any blocks? More and more than anticipated.
Doesn't look very
My
well,
nights will be
doesn't
less
it?
lonely.
Nice revered. It is
Thank you. You are a good friend.
This is a sensitive subject for you, Cash. I notice that you do not have a tail.
It is not a sensitive subject. I just do not have a tail. I was born without one.
How are you in water, then? I can't imagine you swim well without one.
Not that we have to go with that. We can think about the names.
Try enough go into water. Dusky water.
Strange. I've yet to meet an Argonian who doesn't love the feeling of water running across their scales. Trauma?
Yes.
Has this fear of the water ever been immobilizing growing up?
I mean, yeah, but I try to avoid it when I can. What about you? What do you fear?
Good question. Failure, I suppose. Not being good enough.
As fascinating as the
That is not what I expected.
wouldn't have wanted to be there at the time.
I'll never tell you anything, vampire. My oath to Stendar is stronger than any suffering you can inflict on me.
I believe you, Vigilant. And I don't think you even know what you found here.
Are you sure that was wise, Lokiel? You still might have told us something. We haven't gotten anywhere ourselves without it.
He served his purpose by leading us to this place. Now, it is up to us to bring Harkon the prize. Not right.
Wow.
Watch out! We got some.
Duh. He stepped in something wet.
Here comes trouble.
Quietly.
This has just been eating a hole in my brain since the moment we met, so I just...
You enjoy archery, yes?
The hiss?
Very much.
What's the deal?
Fancy a wager?
You lizards talking
What
to
kind of
trees in
wager?
your dreams?
I
You
bet
realize
that
how
I
ridiculous
defeat
that
more
sounds when I
enemies
say it out loud, right?
Huh. Oh, you're on.
Yes, I imagine
am
it can be
faster
hard to
than
grasp
lightning
for those
with my
more
bow.
simple-minded.
Well, so am I. In fact, I believe I may be a little faster than you.
I practically invented the
Faster
art of
than me?
sarcastically deflecting a line
That is
of
the most
personal
ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life.
What's this, Nabara? Do I sense genuine curiosity and interest?
Seriously, this hissed stuff. Spill it.
Well,
Hey,
first
watch
off,
it.
we do not speak to trees in our dreams. Argonians and the Hist share a mental bond with one another. We share in the sap and feel each other no matter where we are. This bond is purely by feel, a whole other sense, distinct from all the others. No speech necessary. Some Argonians, however, are able to speak directly with their history, and in turn the Argonians bonded to said tree, such as my sister. These Argonians are named sap speakers, but the title is only used for those officially recognized as one.
So, wait. You and your sister, you two are... bonded?
We share a hist bond through our tribe's tree. I share this bond with the rest of my family, as well as the other families attached to our tree.
And if I understand correctly, that means you two can commune with each other by mere thought, over any distance.
That's right.
Well, doesn't that sound preposterous? Hard to believe a feat such as that is even possible.
That skill is unique to sap speakers, though. With the rest of my family and history, it's purely emotions.
I wonder how he's doing. Back there on the farm. Did he ever finish that book I lent him, I wonder? Always said I had terrible taste.
Is something the matter?
What? Did I... no. Nothing of importance. Pay it no mind.
Whoa, easy. What was that? You alright?
Oh, what? So lords can kill all the
Some sort of puzzle.
Stevens.
Wonder why I couldn't activate it.
It smells here.
Sorry, blood.
I was up at some ancient Dagoth brandy once. Very rare stuff. It tasted like ancient buffalo sewage. I moved like a slug afterwards and couldn't make a coherent sentence. I'm much better off selling it to a collector in Gar's me.
From a distance.
Let's get what we need and get out of here.
Give you some room.
Is that a woman? How long has she been down here? Don't get too close.
Where is... Who sent you here? I don't know who that is. Is he like me? Vampire, yes. That's complicated. And I'm not totally sure if I can trust you. But if you want to know the whole story, help me get back to my family's home. My family used to live on an island to the west of Solitude. I would guess they still do. By the way, my name is Serana. Good to meet you. Yes, it is. And it's mine. It's complicated. I can't really talk about it. I'm sorry. Good question. Hard to say. I can't really tell. I feel like it was a long time. Who is Skyrim's High King? Oh, wonderful. A war of succession. Good to know the world didn't get boring while I was gone. Who are the contenders? Empire? What empire? Cyrodiil is the seat of an empire? I must have been gone longer than I thought. Definitely longer than we planned. Please, let's hurry. I need to get home so I can figure out what's happened. Your guess is as good as mine. This place looks pretty different from when I was locked away. I'd rather not get into that with you, if that's all right. I'm sorry, it's not that. It's just that I don't know who I can trust just yet. Let's get to my home, and I'll have a better sense of where we all stand.
Please, let's hurry. I need to get home so I can figure out what's happened.
Ready when you are.
These freaks touches me, cleaving its hand off and wearing it around my neck.
What was that?
So, what do you want to talk about?
It's so good to breathe again. Let's go.
Well, I'm here.
You could have asked, you know.